Medieval Chronicles presents, imagine a world collapsing under the weight of its own contradictions. A world divided by politics, torn by corruption, shaken by economic crisis, and haunted by a spiritual emptiness that no institution can fill. Now, imagine living in that world, watching everything you love fall apart and being forced into exile by your own city, your own countrymen, your own allies. This is the world of Dante Alighieri. The year is 1300. Florence is at war with itself. The church is drowning in scandal. The empire is weak. The people are restless. And Europe stands on the threshold of a new age, one of fear, plague, and upheaval. And yet, in this moment of profound uncertainty, one man dares to envision the entire moral architecture of the universe. He dares to map the afterlife. He dares to confront the sins of his time, political, spiritual, and personal. Exiled, desperate, but burning with clarity, Dante begins to write the Divine Comedy, a poem that will redefine literature, philosophy, and the medieval imagination. This is the story of that journey not across continents, but through hell, purgatory, and paradise. A journey seen through the eyes of a man seeking redemption in a world without mercy. And today, we will walk that path with him. The Divine Comedy begins not with triumph, but with terror. Dante awakens, lost in a selva oscura, dark forest, the symbol of spiritual confusion and moral despair. Why is he here? Because he has lost the straight way. He is a man who has drifted away from purpose, away from truth, away from God. Ahead of him rises a sunlit hill, the path to salvation, but three beasts block his way, a leopard, a lion, and a she-wolf. Their meaning is debated even today. Are they pride, greed, lust? Are they political enemies? Are they the sins that Dante himself fears most? Whatever they represent, one thing is clear. Dante cannot overcome them alone. And so, at the moment of despair, a figure emerges from the shadows, a man wearing a wreath of laurel, a voice from ancient Rome. Virgil, the poet of the Aeneid. Virgil reveals the path Dante must take, not upward, but downward, not toward the light, but into the heart of darkness. To reach heaven, Dante must first walk through hell. The entrance to hell is marked by one of the most terrifying lines in world literature: "Abandon all hope, the who enter here." Inside, Dante does not find chaos. He finds order, precise, mathematical, moral. L is a spiral funnel carved into the earth, divided into 9 descending circles. Each circle punishes a specific sin: limbo, lust, gluttony, greed, wrath, heresy, violence, fraud, treachery. Every punishment fits the sin. This is the medieval universe, perfectly logical, terrifyingly symmetrical. And yet, hell is not filled with strangers. It is filled with the people Dante knew: politicians, bankers, popes, nobles, warriors, teachers, lovers. Dante uses the afterlife as a way to confront the corruption of his own world. And so the journey begins. Among the first souls Dante encounters are the lovers, those who allowed desire to overwhelm reason. Here he meets Paolo and Francesca, doomed to be swept for eternity in a storm of passion they could never control. Their story is tender, tragic, and human, so human that Dante himself breaks down in tears. It is the first moment in the poem where we see that hell is not only a place of punishment, but a mirror of the human heart. As Dante descends, he meets souls trapped in filthy rain, buried under mud, or locked in endless battles. Their sins are not spectacular, they are ordinary, petty, human, and that is what makes them terrifying. Because Dante is reminding us, hell is built from the small choices we make day after day, year after year. In the deeper circles, the punishments grow more severe. The heretics burn in fiery tombs, trapped in the arrogance of their own beliefs. The violent are submerged in boiling blood or transformed into tortured trees. Here, Dante encounters suicide souls who destroyed their own bodies and must speak through broken branches. Their suffering is one of the most haunting visions in the poem. Finally, at the bottom of hell, Dante reaches the realm of betrayal, the sin he considers the most horrific. Here lies Ugolino, gnawing eternally on the skull of the man who betrayed him, and beneath the frozen lake of Cocytus stands the ultimate traitor, Lucifer himself, not a fiery demon, but a silent, weeping giant trapped in ice, too powerless even to speak. Dante's message is clear: evil is not powerful, evil is frozen, it destroys itself. And with this revelation, Dante and Virgil climb up the frozen body of Satan and emerge. Beneath the stars, after the icy stillness of hell, the air of purgatory is filled with movement, light, song. Hope purgatory is not punishment, it is transformation. It is the place where souls learn to love what is good. The mountain has 7 terraces, each cleansing one of the 7 deadly sins. Here, Dante hears hymns. He sees souls supporting each other. He feels the warmth of sunrise. For the first time, Dante truly begins to change. At each terrace, angels appear, symbols of divine guidance. They carve letters from Dante's forehead, removing the weight of sin with every step. This is the medieval idea of purification, that the soul becomes lighter literally and spiritually as it grows in virtue. At the summit, Dante reaches the earthly paradise, the Garden of Eden restored. Here he meets Matilda, guardian of innocence, and then Beatrice appears. Beatrice, whose death broke Dante's heart. Beatrice, who represents divine wisdom, beauty, and grace. She chastises him, she forgives him, she transforms him, and now the final stage of the journey begins. Heaven, in Dante's vision, is not a place, it is a vibration, a radiant music, a harmony so perfect that human language cannot contain it. Dante and Beatrice rise through the 9 celestial spheres: the Moon, Mercury, Venus, the Sun, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, the fixed stars, the primum mobile. Each sphere radiates a different virtue: wisdom, courage, justice, love. Here Dante meets the great minds of the past: Thomas Aquinas, Solomon, Saint Benedict, and countless others. But even here, Dante is overwhelmed. Paradise is too bright for mortal eyes. And so, in the final moment, Beatrice leads Dante to the Empyrean, the realm of pure existence. Here, Dante sees the universe as a single, perfect book written in the language of love. He sees God not as a figure, but as a blinding point of infinite light, surrounded by eternal joy. The poem closes with one of the most famous lines in history: "The love that moves the sun and the other stars." Why does the Divine Comedy still matter in the 21st century? Because the world Dante lived in is not as distant as it seems. Florence was torn by political extremism. Europe faced economic instability. Religion was corrupt. The public was disillusioned. Truth was contested in every direction. Sound familiar? We, too, live in a world of confusion, polarization, and spiritual exhaustion. A world of endless noise, conflicting values, and deep uncertainty. Dante's journey mirrors our own. The dark forest is our era of anxiety and distraction. Hell is the world we create when we surrender to fear, greed, and manipulation. Purgatory is the effort to rebuild, to climb slowly back toward purpose. Paradise is the vision of what humanity can become when guided by wisdom, compassion, and moral clarity. Dante wrote the Divine Comedy while exiled, alone, unsure of the future. Yet from that suffering emerged one of the greatest works ever written. His message is timeless. No matter how lost we are, there is always a path forward, and the first step is the courage to descend into our own darkness. If this journey through Dante's vision of the afterlife moved you, if you want to explore more medieval worlds, forbidden knowledge, and the minds that shaped our civilization, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. And if you want to dive even deeper into the literature of the Middle Ages, make sure to watch our episode, The Decameron Explained, the link to which is in the description. Your journey into the medieval world is just beginning.